We are here today presenting solutions. We will work with them. This is a crisis and it requires action with urgency.
And it's time for the Biden administration to wake up and get on the job and do its job to protect the sovereignty and safety of the United States of America.
Governor Abbott joined by 9 other Republican governors today in the Valley, here to announce their own solution to what they call a national security crisis on the border. Their proposed plan of action includes 10 steps they believe the Biden administration should implement immediately. Channel 5's Monica de Anda joins us from Mission with details on what was discussed. Monica.
Good evening, Dina. We're just outside Ansalduas Park, where Governor Abbott and 9 other state leaders appeared side by side, calling on the Biden administration to act quickly. They're confident their plan will help slow the current border situation here, while also taking kind of steps to help the situation that's impacting what they say is Americans all across the country. This letter, sent by 26 governors across the U.S. to President Biden on September 20th, asked for a meeting regarding the situation at the border. The letter went unanswered.
And he refused to meet with us, and he completely ignored us.
But Governor Abbott says the border crisis needs immediate attention, which is why today he and 9 other Republican state governors unveiled a list of 10 policies that they believe will restore order and security at the border.
Texas and other states are taking action to do the federal government's job.
The framework includes continuing Title 42 health restrictions, fully reinstating the Migrant Protection Protocols program, building the border wall, ending catch and release, and clearing the judicial backlog of U.S. immigration courts, among other things. Solutions that these governors believe will make an immediate difference across state lines.
The border sector in Yuma has had more than a 1,000% increase in apprehensions compared to last year, the highest increase among all sectors.
But it's not just the increase in migrant apprehensions that concerns state leaders like Arizona Governor Doug Ducey.
It's the lethal drugs. Almost 2,000 pounds of fentanyl and over 13,000 pounds of methamphetamine have been seized in Arizona's sectors alone this year. Just think about how many drugs are slipping through the cracks and slipping into the bloodstreams in our communities.
We're a direct route for drugs to pipe through Des Moines, Council Bluffs, and then out through the United States. We've seen a tremendous increase, 4 times meth as well as fentanyl has increased. Earlier this year, it was 1,000% increase from what we saw over the same time last year.
According to Ducey, Arizona sheriff's deputies are responding to a call involving fentanyl every 40 hours. And the governor of Ohio says at least 80% of deaths every week are linked to fentanyl in his state.
This crisis at the southern border is a humanitarian crisis. It's also a drug crisis. It's a fentanyl crisis.
If we can control illegal immigration, we can then go after the profits of the cartels. We can cut down on the drugs that are going to these states that are killing so many of our children.
The governors insist that if these policy changes are made immediately by the Biden administration, it'll help decrease the amount of migrants crossing our border while also decreasing the amount of drugs making their way across the country. Reporting in Mission, Monica de Anda, Channel 5 News at 6.